Good evening, folks. Don Tyson, Kim Kroll coming to you from Burns Flat, Oklahoma. Class A Regional Boys Final tonight. Number 1 ranked Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs taking on number 9 ranked Canute Trojans. Bring in my partner Kim Kroll here. Kim, I'm going to tell you there's some excitement in the air tonight here at the just regional finals.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit the other night about it, the difference in playoff basketball and regular season basketball. And there's a world of difference, but just a little more excitement in the air, and people understand it means a little more now this time of year.
As we come into the gymnasium tonight, I was able to visit with a little bit with Coach Hines and his son Cameron, and enjoyed visiting with them. And you can see the tension on their faces. I mean, it's a big ball game. You win this game, and you're 1 win away from the state tournament. So it's a big night.
Yeah, you're thinking if you win this game and all you have to do is win next Friday night, and if you lose this game, you have to win Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yep.
And that's just a world of difference. Plus, the winner just has to win 1 out of 2, where the loser has to win 3 in a row.
Right.
So this is a big difference tonight.
And plus, the part of the strain on their face could be the fact that Canute Trojans have got a fine ball club.
They do.
These two teams played over at Fort Cobb late in the season. Matter of fact, January the 26th. Canute led most of that ball game. Fort Cobb came back in the fourth quarter and won by 6 points, 49-43. So I anticipate a pretty tight match today, I believe.
Yeah, I would think Canute's thinking, we can play with these guys.
Yep.
We were in it the whole time at their place.
Right.
So they got to be feeling pretty good about that.
Yep.
Fort Cobb knows a little bit more about what Canute's going to do. So, that may help them too, but they know that they're going to have to play hard to pull this one out.
Have you got, you want to give the road how both these teams got here?
Yeah, I'll do that. Fort Cobb hosted a district tournament, and they played Sterling in the district finals and won that game 62-26. That got them into the regional final first round at Navajo, which was delayed from Thursday, Friday, Saturday to a Saturday, Monday, Tuesday. So Saturday they played Cheyenne and defeated them 58-32. And then that gets them to tonight's game against Canute. Canute played their district at Fletcher, and in the district finals they beat Bingaroni 60-46. And then they played Burns Flat, Deal City, in the first round of regional and defeated them 53-45. So been some pretty good ball games, both ways on it.
Yeah, I anticipate Canute's got some good athletic players, and what gave Fort Cobb a little trouble in that first contest was they kind of slowed the ball down. They were able to get a lead early in the game, and they were able to hold the ball, and that's something that Fort Cobb doesn't really appreciate that much as anybody does, but Fort Cobb likes to play a more up-tempo game.
Yeah, they do. So, the winner of the game tonight, Don, will play at Cache next Friday night. The game will be at 8 o'clock at Cache, and then the loser will play, let's see, have to get which district they are. They will play at 3 o'clock, I guess, next Thursday afternoon.
And they'll play somebody out of the other regional, right?
Yeah, they'll play Constellation Regional winner out of Region D, and I don't know
who that will be.
Which that one is.
All right, they're introducing the starting lineups. First for the visiting team on the scoreboard for the Canute Trojans, a senior, number 3, Keenan Smith, a junior, number 5, Colt Randall, a junior, number 14, Kobe Maddox, a sophomore, number 22, Kyron Winery, and a senior, number 30, Kellen Henderson, who gave the Mustangs quite a bit of trouble in that first matchup. He's a big, strong player, can shoot from outside, outstanding player. You'll have to take a look at how the Mustangs handle Kellen Henderson. The Trojans are coached by Mr. Brock Steffes. For the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs, they start a sophomore, number 2, Jackson Willits, a junior, number 11, Drew Woods, a senior, number 12, Tyson Eastwood, a senior, number 24, Kyler Denton, who had 7 3-pointers in the first round of the regional last Saturday night against Cheyenne. And final starter is senior number 31, Rocky Mountain. Of course, the Mustangs are coached by Mr. Scott Hines. They come into the game ranked number 1, and they have a record of 13 wins and 1 loss.
Not very many games to be in the regional finals, huh?
No, it's been an unusual year, and it continues that way as here we are in a regional final on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So
what's the world coming to?
That's right. All right, it'll be the Mustangs in their home white uniforms going right to left on your TV screen, and Canute in their road black uniforms trimmed in gold. Tyson Eastwood jumping center against Keenan Smith, and we're about set to go for the regional finals. And the ball is tapped into the backcourt, controlled by the Mustangs, and they'll bring it into the front court to start the ball game. And Canute comes out in a man-to-man defense. Left side, Rocky Mountain out to Denton. Over to Willis. Mustang get everybody a touch. There comes Eastwood flashing down the right side of the lane. Bumps it off the glass, no good. Kellen Henderson racing it down the left side of the floor. Crossover dribble into paint. Kicks it out to Smith. Drives along the left side of the lane. Reverse layup, no good. Got his own rebound. Put back is good by Keenan Smith for the first 2 of the game. Backcourt pressure by Canute now. Little man-to-man pressure. Pretty good start that time for Canute as they were able to get an offensive rebound and put back. Rocky Mountain high arcing 3 off the glass and good. Rocky Mountain puts the Mustangs on top, 3-2. As the bank is open.
Well, you like to see those go in early. It's like, I think maybe it's going to be his night.
He may swish the rest of them. There's a long 3-pointer, no good by Colt Randall, and the Mustangs track it down in the corner. I'm sure Fort Cobb would love to get an early. Oh, great pass from Eastwood to Willits for 2. Beautiful play and a beautiful pass from Tyson Eastwood.
It looked like Jackson came in from outside underneath.
They sure left him all alone. Eastwood spotted him and whipped a pass. Eastwood is an excellent passer. Straightaway 3 on the way, no good by Smith. Eastwood tracks down a rebound. Into the front court he goes. Behind the back dribble, into paint. Lost it. Smith comes away with it. Gets by Willits all the way to the rim. Layup no good. Willits there for the rebound. Willits now into the paint. They're going to call him for traveling.
Yeah, I think he did. Got it. Yeah. Little step in before he got the dribble down.
Kind of a delayed call, but I believe it was correct. And it'll be a turnover to the Trojans.
I don't know what their limitation on crowd is, but there's a pretty good crowd here, and they are spaced out a little bit. They've got them separated some, but
there's an alley-oop play to Kellen Henderson, and he lays it in on the backside. That was kind of a design play, it appeared, and it worked to perfection. And it's a 5-4 ball game. Left side, Willits lets a defender race by. 3-pointer on the way, short. Got his own rebound. Layup good by Jackson Willits, as somehow the court was cleared and the rebound came right to him and he had the easy 2.
Well, I don't know where his defender went, but he left the territory when the first shot went up, and then there was nobody there to get the rebound and put it back.
Yeah, I think he was in the same spot he was a while ago, and he caught the pass from Eastwood. Nowhere to be found. Trojans on the attack. It's Kobe Maddox with it, trying to get by Mountain. Bounce pass to Smith, layup good. Keenan Smith with a nice feed from Maddox. Makes it 7-6. Out front, Denton, 3-pointer straight away off the heel of the basket. And the ball, there's going to be a foul charge to Tyson Eastwood as he went over the back trying to get the rebound. That's the same spot Denton hit 7 3-pointers the other day against
yeah, he was Cheyenne. A little better defended on that one than most of those the other night.
Yeah. Canute now with a chance to take the lead. Maddox down low to Kellen Henderson. Going against Denton. It's nice play by Jackson Willits as he stepped in front of the pass. He'll bring it into the front court to Rocky Mountain. 3-pointer along the baseline. No good this time. And Canute with the rebound. That's Winery. Over to Smith. Left wing 3 on the way. No good. got his own rebound. Layup is no good, too strong. Battle for the rebound, and it's off of Fort Cobb, they say. I tell you, old Keenan Smith is pretty quick on the boards, Kim.
He is. He put that three-pointer, and it kind of had the same thing. The rebound came right back to him, and he put it back, but couldn't get it to go down.
I think that's about 3 offensive rebounds he's got already. First 3.5 minutes of the contest. Mustang's got to do a little better job blocking out. Kellen Henderson, right wing 3, no good. And Smith pushed Eastwood in the back. That was obvious. And that'll be the first foul on Keenan Smith with 4:07 to play here in the opening period. Woods into the front court. Over to Eastwood. Eastwood catches it down low, and we're going to have a blocking call. Oh, one call to block, one call to charge, and that'll be the second personal on Tyson Eastwood. Well, let's see what are the... Yeah, the official under the basket called the offensive foul, and that's 2 big ones on
They didn't even
Tyson
talk
Eastwood.
about it.
I think so. Flip a coin there, yeah. Yeah, it was obvious the guy on the outside was going to call the block. That's a big call right there early in the contest.
Well, it makes him change his defense a little bit now. He can't pick up that third one.
Yeah. And it takes away some of his offensive threat because he likes to drive. There's Kellen Henderson working free. Shot won't go. Willits with the rebound. In the corner to Eastwood. Cross court to Denton. Left wing 3. That's his spot. 3-pointer good. Tyler Denton with his first 3-pointer of the night. Puts the Mustangs on top 10-6.
You know, their offense looks pretty good against this man. They've, you know, had some decent looks at it. And
there's Smith, got loose. His layup won't go. That's about 3 of those he's missed. And they'll say it'll stay with the Trojans. Inbounding is Maddox. Lobs it way out front to Kyron Winery. Willits doing a good job on him. Maddox stuffs it over to Smith. Down low to Kellen Henderson. Shot good. Right in front of the basket. Kellen Henderson has 4 points so far. 10-8 ball game. Rocky Mountain, top of the key to Willits. To Denton. Smith on him. Eastwood dribbles to his right between the legs, through the lane, layup, no good. Did everything but make the shot. Long pass up ahead to Winery. That's kind of the way Tyson night was Saturday night. He had a difficult time getting the ball in the basket. But he's done that before, had slow first quarters and ended up with 25 or 6 points. So
yeah, maybe that'd be the case.
That's what we hope for.
He's had some decent looks at it.
Yeah. Rocky Mountain fumbles over to Willits now. Kind of a weave. There's Denton off a curl, and he's going to be fouled on the shot.
I think they got the foul.
Did he get it on Willits?
Well,
okay.
Yeah, I thought they were going to call it running into the screen. Jackson.
Yep, I believe you're right. Foul is charged to Kyron Winery. And Coach Hines is saying they fouled him on the shot, but I think they're saying he fouled Willits running through the screen, I believe. Mustangs inbound to Eastwood. Denton, top of the key, off a screen from Woods, off the back iron. And we're going to have a tie-up as they both go out of bounds, and it'll go over to Canute on the alternating possession with 1:43 to play in the first period. Canute with a chance to tie or take the lead. Maddox dribbles to his right, Mountain on him to Smith. They play pretty methodical most of the time. They like to run these set plays and try to get Kellen Henderson open in front of the basket or Keenan Smith on the drive. There's Henderson with Denton on him. 3-pointer on the way by Winery. He's good. Kyron Winery with the tray. And it puts Canute on top for the first time, 11-10. Minute to play here in the opening period.
They kind of dared him to shoot that one, just backed off of him a little bit, and he guess I'll show you I can hit that.
Yep. Now Eastwood on the attack. There's Willits, left wing three. No good. Denton with the rebound. Over to Woods. Had an open look there, but turned it down. And now Eastwood on the attack. Crossover dribble through the lane. Shot off the glass, no good. Or didn't touch anything. Woods with a nice rebound. Back to Eastwood. Spin move into paint. And it count one. Tyson Eastwood.
He just needed a little more contact to make the shot.
I think so too. That was a nice play as he wiggled free in front of the basket. And that's the first personal on Kellen Henderson. And Eastwood will be at the line for the three-point play. And he makes it. So maybe that'll get Tyson going. As Ian Taylor will check in, replacing Ty with 31.9 seconds to play in the first period. Mustangs with a 2-point lead. And Canute will walk the ball into the front court. This is kind of what they did against Fort Cobb the first time, except the difference in that contest was they led most of the way by 4 or 5 points. And
yeah, and it wasn't the end of the quarter.
Yeah. Now Henderson starts the attack.
He
carried it.
Yeah.
He did. Carried the ball. It'll be a turnover to the Mustangs with 5.5 to play. And now Eastwood will check back in for Taylor. And checking in will be Bill Shelton, replacing Colt Randall for the Trojans. And also in, can't see his number. Lob pass into Eastwood into the front court. Drives by a defender. We're going to have an offensive foul call, and that's one of the worst calls you'll ever see. And that's the third foul on Tyson Eastwood. Tyson was going away from the man, and I wish we had instant replay. That's a shame. That really is. That's the third personal on Tyson Eastwood with 2 seconds to play. And that pretty well eliminates Tyson Eastwood from playing the rest of the half. Wow. Lob pass to Kellen Henderson at the half-court shot, no good. After 1 period of play, Fort Cobb 13, Canute 11. You're listening to FCBMustangs.tv.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305, member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon.
Kim, have you got the shooting percentages there in the first half right quick?
Yeah, I can tell you that Fort Cobb is 5 out of 11 from the field, total 2 out of 7 on three-pointers, and Canute's 5 out of 14 for 36%. Fort Cobb's 46%.
Mustangs with the ball to start the second period as Taylor is checked in for Eastwood with those 3 fouls. Woods handling outside to Taylor, to Denton. Smith closely out on him. Over to Willits. Drives through some defenders, and he's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. This will be not the first game I've seen this season that the Mustangs will have to navigate through some tough times here with their leading scorer. Probably going to sit out the whole quarter, I would guess. Willits' first free throw is short off the front iron. He'll have one more. And a second free throw is good by Jackson. That's 5 for him so far. 3-point lead for the Mustangs, just underway here in the second period. One of the ways it kind of affects the Mustangs also when Eastwood on the bench is rebounding and defense.
Yeah, he's probably the leading rebounder.
Kellen Henderson with a 14-footer straightaway. That's 6 for Henderson. Right side Taylor. There's Rocky Mountain cutting down the right side of the lane. He's going to be bumped and fouled on the layup as he was fouled by Kyron Winery.
You know, those little gold outline numbers, black on black uniforms, make it a little difficult to see.
They're
from
pretty
up
hard
here.
for me to see, that's for sure. Yeah. Rocky Mountain at the line shooting 2. And the first free throw is too hard off the back iron. As Jake Biddy checks in, replacing Drew Woods for the Mustangs. And Mountain will have one more. He swishes that one. And that's 4 points on the day for Rocky. Kellen Henderson into the front court. Dribbles to his right with Taylor on him. Biddy comes over to double team, and they're going to call a travel. There's good defense by Taylor and Jake Biddy as they double teamed Henderson and forced the turnover. And Biddy will bring it into the front court quickly. Gets the ball over to Denton. Probably need to try to get a screen for Denton so he can pop a three-pointer here. Eventually probably will happen. There's Willits, almost poked away from him. Nice pass to Rocky Mountain. Layup good, and he's fouled. What a beautiful pass from Jackson Willits through the traffic and found Rocky Mountain under the basket for 2. Beautiful pass. I tell you, these Mustangs are good passers, Kim.
They are. They look for that, and they make some good passes to it. They're not so obvious. And that's the second foul on Keenan Smith. So.
And Mountain's free throw is too hard. And Canute.
You know, you can make a turnover or two and make a little run here. I mean, it's like either team looks like they want to break out a little bit,
right,
but they just haven't been able to put anything together.
Yep. Winery trying to get away from Willits, can't do it. Now over to Smith. He'll launch a 3 off the back iron. Jake Biddy with a nice rebound. Got up high for that one. He brings it quickly into the front court, picks up his dribble. Lobs it down low to Mountain, who's left alone quite a few times here tonight underneath the hoop. Pack kicks it out to Willits. Taylor, right wing 3. Nice rotation on it, but it's a little long. And here come the Trojans. Yeah, if the Mustangs could get a couple of those three-pointers from some other folks here, it sure would help the cause. Keenan Smith steps inside the three-point arc and hits a 15-footer. That's 6 for Smith. And it's back to a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, Fort Cobb needs to keep it, you know, real close, tied, or a little lead, and then when Eastwood gets back in, maybe that can go a little bit.
Good point. Biddy's three-pointer won't go. And it'll be turned over to the Trojans. And checking in for Canute will be number 20. That's Bill Shelton, replacing Kyron Winery. Canute's led one time briefly. They had a 1-point lead early in the second quarter. There's a three-pointer on the way, no good. Smith there battling for the rebound. Great block by Ian Taylor. Taps it away over to Willits. The Rocky Mountain is a little behind him. Kellen Henderson, long pass up ahead to Shelton, and his layup is good. Bill Shelton ties the game at 17. As it looked like the Mustangs had a little momentum there off the block of Taylor, but weren't able to convert on the other end. Denton now. The Rocky Mountain gets his defender off his feet. Lost the ball, however, and here come the Trojans. That's Winery, or Maddox, I should say. Left wing 3 on the way, no good. Willits with a nice rebound. Double teamed in the backcourt. Long pass up ahead to Taylor at the center line. Left side, Biddy. Cross court to Denton with 4:10 to play. Thing
They're
about
getting
it,
a little lazy with some of those passes.
yeah, they are. Willis tries to drive, gets it to Denton. Ian Taylor, right wing threes, too hard. Goes across the basket. Willett saves it into off Biddy's chest and into the Canute's arms. Tough luck that time. That had a lot of mustard on it off Jackson. Saving that one pretty quickly. Now Keenan Smith holding out front. Over to Colby Maddox. Bounce pass knocked away by Kyler Denton. They tried to get it into Smith, and he was double teamed. Good defense by the Mustangs. There's Taylor. He called a block this time. oh, wow.
Maybe he's got a coin he flips.
Yeah. I was expecting the other call. Ian Taylor now at the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, but that's Keenan Smith's 3rd foul also.
That's a big call also.
It is.
That's a good point, Kim. Free throw good by Taylor. That's his first. And Keenan Smith, their most athletic player, will take a seat. And Drew Woods will check in, replacing Rocky Mountain for Fort Cobb. And Taylor will have one more. And that was off no good. Canute into the front court. That's Shelton, right side. 3-pointer on the way. Good. Bill Shelton with his 5th point so far. And he puts Canute on top, 20-18. See what the Mustangs can muster here. Right side to Collins, who just checked in a moment ago. Replacing Biddy. Collins likes to shoot nice left-handed 3. Lobs it into Ian Taylor, who was cutting to the basket on the old give and go, and he's going to pick up the foul. That's Mustangs are in the bonus, as that's the 8th team foul on Canute.
The 7th.
7th, okay.
No, I haven't got that. That would be the 8th one.
And we're going to have a timeout. It will be a full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
We are your premier, best in state driving school, located in southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
All right, we're about set to go here. Teams have broken their huddles. 2:50 to play in the half.
You know, it's kind of odd. Both teams, I'm sure that they're both leading scorers for the teams, and Eastwood for Fort Cobb and Smith for Canute are both on the bench with 3 fouls. So kind of played both ways on that one.
That's right. Free throw no good by Taylor. Mustangs, what are their free throw shooting, Kim, so far?
4 of 8.
There's a steal by Taylor. Collins lobs it down there to him. Layup good by Ian Taylor. What a nice athletic play as he had to go high to get the bouncing pass, and we're tied at 20. Good play from Collins and Taylor to get the points off the turnover. Long 3-pointer again. This time it's good by Colt Randall for his first basket. And Canute goes back on top, 23-20 with 2:08 to play in the half. There's Collins off a screen, left wing, left-handed 3, good. Nice looking. Now Canute on the attack. He'll try another 3, good. That's Colt Randall. 2 trays in a row.
Got a feeling.
Willits out front to Taylor. Right side to Collins. Now to Denton. To Woods. Thing about it, the Mustangs, their ability to shoot three can get them off their feet. Denton, turn around shot short, got his own rebound, muscles it up. He's blocked from behind by Kellen Henderson, and Kellen fouled him. And Kyler Denton will go to the line to shoot two. Anytime you swat one from behind like that, going to get a call.
If you put your hand on it and block it, but when you come swinging at it like that, it might have been a lot of ball, but it just looks like there ought to be something there.
You draw a lot of attention to yourself when you take a big swing at it like that. Denton will shoot two now. One more. For Kyler. And the Mustangs draw within one. They led it by two at the end of the first period, and that's when Tyson Eastwood picked up his third foul, and he's been seated on the bench the entire quarter. So they've kept it good tight ball game with him sitting over there. We'll see if they can get him back in the ball game the second half if things will pick up a little bit. Got a minute to play. The Mustangs going to come out and try to trap along the front line there. Willits, and they're going to call it.
Yeah, that's player initiated that totally.
Ran right over him. And he had to get a running start to do it.
Yeah.
That's the fourth
two. Fort Cobb shot 47% for the half, 9 out of 19. Two-pointers, they were 6 out of 8 for 75%. Three-pointers, just 3 out of 11, 27%. And free throws, 6 out of 10. They only had 4 fouls, I think. Yeah, 4 fouls, but Eastwood has 3 of them. Jackson Willits had the other one. For Canute, Keenan Smith had 6 points. Colt Randall with 6. Bill Shelton with 5. Karen Winery with 3. And Kellen Henderson with 9. Canute shot 12 out of 25 from the floor, 48%. Two-pointers, they were 7 out of 13, 54%. Three-pointers, 5 out of 12, 42%. And they have not attempted a free throw. They had 9 personal fouls. Smith has 3. Maddox with 2. Winery with 2. And Henderson with 2. So a little foul trouble to look at the second half. Of course, those we've talked about had 2 fouls, but Canute has several. They have 3 players with 2 fouls each, so something to look at on that. But anyway, it's 29 to 27. Canute, that 3-pointer at the end, got him a 2-point lead. So good ball game. Both teams shooting decent. You know, Fort Cobb's 47%, Canute's 48%. So we'll see what the difference is with both teams being at full strength when they come back.
Yeah, it's been a good ball game, but kind of like what I expected. I really didn't expect to see the two of the best players sitting on the bench with 3 fouls. But what's been interesting to me is a number of people that have scored in the contest. 6 players from Fort Cobb have scored, and I believe Canute's had 5 of their players scored.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty balanced scoring for both teams, which made this pretty interesting contest. And anyway, glad you're along with us, folks. Hope you enjoy our broadcast tonight. It's playoff basketball. It's exciting, and glad you're along with us. I know a lot of folks couldn't make the trip because of COVID concerns and protocols that they have in the gymnasium, so we appreciate you joining from home, and hope you're enjoying our broadcast of the Mustangs tonight. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have some more halftime reports. You're listening to FCBMustangs.tv.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Dieselhorst, and we are here to help.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network wiring. Are your computers outdated? Are your servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless network weak? Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be. Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
Welcome back to Burns Flat, folks. At the half, Canute Trojans leading Fort Cobb 29-27. I think Kim has some scores from other teams playing in our area. Kim?
Yeah, the winner of the consolation side here at Burns Flat today, Burns Flat Deal City defeated Bingaroni 52-41. That will eliminate Bingaroni from playoff for this year, and Burns Flat will move on to play Thursday night. Also have partial scores here. Roth is Class B score. Roth is ahead of Lokiba Sickles at halftime, 47-17. And then Cyril is trailing Cyril trailing Barnum 33-23, another Class B score. I think Barnum's rated number one in Class B,
yes, I
aren't
believe
they?
so, yeah.
So they've got a 10-point lead on Cyril at halftime. And I don't see the other scores. Here's one from Hydro Eakley. They're rated number 2 behind Fort Cobb Broxton. They lead Velma Alma 33-24 in the third quarter. And a 5th rated Calumet is ahead of Thomas Fay Custer 30-10 at halftime. Some low scoring affairs,
yeah.
huh?
Let's kind of project ahead here, Kim. Area tournament starts Thursday night at Cache. Of course, the winner of this game will be playing in the area final Friday night. And they will be playing the winner of, who is it, Caddo and who's the other? Do you have that bracket?
Caddo and Snyder.
Caddo and Snyder, right.
And I don't have a score on that.
The loser of this ball game today will play Thursday afternoon down at Cache also. So that's kind of...
Yeah, the loser of this game will play Southwest Covenant. They defeated Ninnekah this afternoon 49-36.
Okay. That'll be an afternoon contest at Cache.
It'll be 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock Cache Thursday. Okay. Well, we're counting on a victory tonight for the Mustangs. They're going to have to overcome a 2-point deficit here at the half. But I tell you what, the Mustangs usually, they don't lose a lot of contests. And I know they got one of the best coaches you'll ever see down there in the locker room giving them some instruction. What do you look for here in the third quarter, Kim?
Well, I think you're going to get Eastwood back in the game, which is going to help a lot. He's just got to be careful. You know, he's really aggressive playing against the man defense. How he drives the middle, so he's got to not pick up that fourth foul on a charge. And then the defense, you know, he's just got to play good defense with his feet. So, you know, I don't know if how aggressive Fort Cobb's going to be.
Right.
Just going to kind of let him. They may put him down inside and take him off the basketball.
Yeah. You know, it's as I was thinking about his fouls, the first one was along the baseline on a rebound, and it was long ways from the basket, you know, and it's kind of one of those plays you think, you know, not that big of a deal. And then 10 minutes later, he's got 3 of them, and it all of a sudden turned into a big deal. So you really can't afford those cheap fouls or whatever you might call them, you know, that you.
No, I think we were on break when we talked about earlier, 20-something seconds left in the half, and you take him out of the game, or in the quarter, take him out so he doesn't pick that third foul up in the first quarter, and they get a turnover, so there's 5 seconds left. You put him back in for offense, and he draws that charge. So it was a good strategy, and it backfired on him that time.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Best laid plans of mice and men, they say.
Yep.
All right, we're about set to go here in the third period. Both teams huddle around their coaches.
I'll tell you another game that doesn't have to do with this, Don. Baylor's trailing Iowa State 61-58 with still 7.5 minutes left.
You never know.
Big 12's crazy.
Have you got a score from Manhattan, Kansas?
Yeah, I'll get it right here. Oklahoma 18-15. Just a little over halfway through the first quarter. Through the first half.
All right, we're set to go, and it will be Canute's basketball as we start the third period of play, as they were able to score a three-pointer from Kellen Henderson right at the end of the half to give them a little momentum, and they'll start here with the ball in the third period. Eastwood check back in for the Mustangs.
And they are playing a man defense.
And Willits with a nice block. They try to that backdoor alley-oop play again, and Willits broke that up with a beautiful play. Denton, three-pointer over Smith. Good. Kyler Denton, great start for the Mustangs as they get a block on one end by Willits, and they turn that into a three-pointer on the other by Denton. That's 2 trays for Kyler tonight. Puts Fort Cobb back on top by 1. I'm sure the Mustangs would love to keep the lead here in the second half to kind of keep the pace of the game in their style of play. There's a Henderson's three-pointer, won't go. Woods racing it into the front court. Over to Denton. To Eastwood, right side Willits. Smith on him. Dribbles in the paint, high arcing shot won't go. And the rebound is controlled by the Trojans. It's interesting that they took Smith off of Eastwood and put him on Willits. There's a drive by Smith, and he lays it in for 2. Keenan Smith with a good, quick first step. And that's 8 points for Smith. And he puts the Trojans back on top by 1, 31-30. They try to really muscle old Eastwood down low. I think they're trying to get him to push back, pick up that 4th foul, it appears. That's what they're Denton with it now. Lob pass out to Woods in the corner to Mountain. Every possession so important here. Denton has to pick up his dribble over to Eastwood. Free throw line jumper, 15-footer, won't go off the heel of the basket. And the Trojans control it. Three-pointer straight away good by Colby Maddox. Didn't look like he was even ready to shoot it. Catch fire 3, as they say, and Canute goes on top by 4, 34-30. Eastwood trying to get it to Denton, and Woods catches it above the free throw line, dribbles into paint, shot no good. Rebound Canute. Canute with the biggest lead of the contest right now, 34-30 for them. And that looked like a travel. He'll dribble along the baseline, bound around Willett, shot good by Kyron Winery. And it's a 6-point lead for the Trojans, and Coach Hines wants to take a timeout to slow things down. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this short break.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Canute's come out hot here, Kim, to start the third period.
They have. After that first possession, they had got that shot blocked, and Fort Cobb goes down and makes a three. You think, and get a lead, you think maybe they're on their way a little bit, but they've forced a couple of shots that haven't been very good ones and missed them, and then Canute's taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
Made a couple of threes and a couple of good plays driving baskets, so they've earned their lead right now.
Yes, they have. Mustangs into the front court. If they can get something going here on the offensive attack. They get it to Eastwood. Smith doing a good job on him. They got Smith back on Eastwood. Over to Willits, into the paint. Kicks it down low to Eastwood. Shot off the glass, no good. Just can't buy a basket. And Canute with a basketball. There's Maddox. I was listening to a guy on the radio today, and he was talking about how much he liked to dunk. There's a three-pointer on the way, no good, by Willits with the rebound. He's talking about how much he liked to dunk because there's no geometry involved in the dunk. You just slam it down. With geometry involved in those little bank shots, no matter how close they are. Three-pointer by Rocky Mountain is good. Rocky with his second tray cuts the lead in half, 36-33. Big basket that time by Mountain. That's 9 for him so far.
Well, the dunks are a pretty high percentage shot. So.
Yeah, they are. Most definitely. Now Canute, it seemed like they were real methodical. They kind of lull you to sleep. Next thing you know, they fire up a three-pointer. There's one right there. Keenan Smith, no good. Eastwood high for the rebound. Halfway through the third period. Mustangs with a chance to tie with a three. Over to Denton right side. Smith comes out on him. Now to Eastwood. Trying to get free from Maddox. Now he has to yo-yo back out front. He'll try again. Into the paint. Kicks it right side. Mountain. High arcing three again. No good. Denton swats at the rebound. Keenan Smith there to control it. Good look that time by Mountain. Just couldn't get it down. And now Canute on the attack. Left side Maddox. And they'll set the offense. Once again, it's they don't really pressure you a lot. They just kind of real methodical with the ball. Now they're going to, I think this probably plays in Fort Cobb's hand, Kim, as you mentioned, with those three fouls on Eastwood. It kind of melts some of that clock away. He can play a little more aggressive when he gets to the fourth period.
Yeah,
three-pointer by Henderson's an air ball. Willits picks it up off the floor, racing it into the floor. 3-on-2. Pull-up jumper, 6 foot away, short. Kellen Henderson with a rebound. Back the other way, 2-on-2. Goes around Eastwood, lays it in for two. 5-point lead for the Trojans.
They won't get many of those easy baskets
That's
against
true.
them. But
now Eastwood dribbles in the paint. 6-footer tough basket by Tyson Eastwood.
And look, drew quite a bit of contact too.
Yeah,
as
he
went
did.
Up.
Yeah. Coach Hines is asking the same thing. What does it take?
I think everybody but two people saw that.
And we're going to have a timeout taken by Canute. It'll be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this short break.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305, member FDIC.
Be interesting to see what Coach Steffes has come up with, Kim, with a 3-point lead. He took a timeout to see. Reckon they'll change their strategy here a little bit.
Well, you expect something a little different. I mean, there's 2 minutes left in the quarter. And, they may decide to slow it down a little bit, but we'll see.
Every time I say that, they shoot, so I...
Yeah, they were kind of just working around for nothing a little bit ago, and then they put up a 3-pointer all of a sudden.
I think I'll just watch. Just working around the perimeter. They've shot it pretty well, 3-point line. There's one on the way, good. That is Colt Randall. That's 3 trays for him, and it's a 6-point lead. Shot no good by Collins along the baseline, and Canute has a rebound. Chance to build on a 6-point lead. Kellen Henderson, spin move. Ball lost between his legs. He'll pick it up. That's Winery with it. He'll reset the offense. Long 3-pointer by Randall again. No good this time. And Eastwood there for the rebound. Eastwood dribbles in the paint through the defender, and we're going to have a block call this time. I'm holding my breath, I'm going to tell you.
Well, when they start hopping like that, going toward the other direction, it makes you think that they're up to something.
Yeah, I was holding my breath. Tyson Eastwood will be at the line shooting 2.
Colt Randall's first foul.
Okay. Big free throws here for Ty. He made the first one. That's 6 points for Tyson, as Collins going to be replaced by Ian Taylor, and Kellen Henderson's going to be replaced by Bill Shelton for the Trojans. And Eastwood's second free throw rattles in. 4-point ball game now. 1:03 to play in the third. This is remarkably similar to that first contest that was played in Fort Cobb about a month ago. And now it looks like Canute's going to hold. And the Mustangs are going to go into this 1-3-1 trap, I believe. Nearly stepped on the center line. Colt Randall, little 8-foot runner, no good. Smith with the rebound, put back is good. That's a big basket by Keenan Smith as he jumped through the crowd, laid it in for 2. That's 10 for Smith. And it's a 6-point lead again for the Trojans.
Yeah, that's tough when you play defense and get them to miss shot, and then those offensive rebounds are just killers.
Denton straightaway 3 on the way, good. Skylar Denton with a big basket.
They need to stop here. 10 seconds.
Randall, right wing 3 on the way, no good. Skipped across the rim. Smith hustles it down. Out to Winery, 3 seconds. And he walked with it, I believe. Yep, we got a travel call. The official out at the center line had a fist in the air like he was going to call a foul.
He won't do it now.
But it's going to be a travel instead, which that's okay with us. That's a turnover. And it'll be the Mustangs' ball to start the fourth period as Eastwood catches it. Long shot on the way, no good. After 3 quarters of play, Canute 43, Fort Cobb 40. You're listening to Mustang Basketball on FCBMustangs.tv.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier best in state driving school, located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
Kim, you got the stats for the third quarter?
Yeah, after 3 quarters, Fort Cobb shooting 45% from the field, Canute 46. The difference also that is Canute's put up 10 more shots than Fort Cobb. But Fort Cobb's made 8 free throws, and Canute hasn't shot one yet.
Let's hope that continues. All right, it'll be the Mustangs basketball. Chance to tie with a 3-pointer. Woods into the front court. Gets a screen from Denton. Trying to lob it to Denton. Can't they get it to him in front of the basket. Out to Woods. Right wing three on the way. Short. Off the front iron. Canute with a rebound. As I talked about, this is eerily similar to that first contest. It was played over at Fort Cobb. Fort Cobb trailed a good portion of the game and was able to take a lead into the late in the fourth quarter and hung on for the victory. And this game is playing out very similar to that. There's a baseline tray on the way, no good. Ian Taylor with a rebound. Gets it over to Woods. Dribbles through the defender, kicks it out front to Taylor. Into the paint, had it knocked away from him, but he was fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Taylor's done a good job tonight. He's got 3 points, but he's played pretty well. That's the second foul on Colt Randall. But Taylor needs to make these free throws right here. He makes the first. That's a big one. That gives him 4 on the night. Cuts the lead to 2. Every possession so critical here. And he makes them both. 1 point ball game. And the Mustangs are going to play in that 1-3-1. We'll see how this goes. See if they can create some turnovers off these guards.
Yeah, and they've extended it all the way to half court.
And immediately the ball's loose, but Maddox is able to pick it up. Left wing three on the way by Brown, no good. And there's going to be a foul on the back as Eastwood had a good block out position. And the foul is going to be charged to Kyron Winery, I believe, as Kellen Henderson and Keenan Smith check back in.
Yeah, Winery picked up his 3rd.
And now the Mustangs. So that 1-3-1 paid off immediately. On the first trip they tried it. And now let's see what they can do on this end. Eastwood lobs it right side Denton. They close out on him. Now Woods to Taylor. Mountain's all alone under the basket.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it to him. Gets it to Woods. Canute doing a pretty good job defensively in this man-to-man, keeping the Mustangs away from the hoop. Looks like they're trying not to shoot a three-pointer. They're working down low. Eastwood, shot off the glass, no good. And we're going to have a technical foul, I believe, or the goaltending they call as he hit the backboard. That puts the Mustangs on top 44-43. First lead in quite a little while for the Mustangs. See if they can get another stop here. 1-3-1. Oh, he kind of sold that foul a little bit. He kind of made some motion like he really bumped pretty hard, but it's going to be the, let's see, what's the discussion about?
What was the call?
They called timeout before the foul. Is that? I believe so. 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this short break.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
OU 29-29 halftime.
What was that score again, Kim?
OU K-State 29-29 halftime.
6:03 to play in the contest here at Burns Flat. There was a timeout taken. It wasn't a foul. And so it'll be Canute's basketball. Out of the timeout, the Mustangs in that 1-3-1 trap. Pass out to Keenan Smith. Dribbles around to Rocky Mountain, and they're going to call something. I'm not sure what the call is. A foul, I guess.
If there wasn't anybody around him, they must have fouled somebody else.
I don't know. Rocky Mountain picked up the foul. That's the first team foul on the Mustangs. First on Mountain. And Canute inbounds. Got to keep them off that three-point arc. That's what they like to do. And they get Keenan Smith all alone under the basket for an easy 2. Back to a 1-point lead for Canute. Smith's been a thorn in our side the whole game tonight. He's played well. Bounce pass down low to Eastwood, and it's tapped away on good defense by the Trojans. And Eastwood will inbound. Try to get it to Rocky Mountain. He has to go out to Ian Taylor instead. Back to Eastwood. Be nice for Eastwood to get hot right about now. Dribbles along the baseline, a little 4-foot runner, good. Tyson Eastwood with a big basket.
He's got to jump straight up on those driving shots.
Mustangs back on top by 1. And we're going to have a stoppage. Something on the floor, something, his wrist tape's coming loose.
Hope that didn't hold his hand on.
And it appears Mustangs are going to be, let's see what they're going to, they're in a man or a trap. Looks like they're going back to the man-to-man here.
Yep.
Probably mix it up a little bit the rest of the way, keep them off balance. They need a stop right here, 1-point lead. Be nice to get a stop.
You know, Eastwood and Smith have both played the whole second half without picking up that 4th foul.
And that's good for both clubs. Canute being very patient at the moment. And let's see what Maddox can do over to Smith. Eastwood on him. He lob it down low. Great play by Ian Taylor. Intercepted a pass along the baseline, weaving through traffic, and had it poked away from behind. Tough luck that time. Looked like the Mustangs going to have a pretty good turnover. There's a running 4-footer, no good. Battle for the rebound. They knocked Eastwood away. Smith with the rebound. Luckily, the Mustangs come away with it. I tell you, Keenan Smith pretty active on both ends of the floor.
Got a break there.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I thought they were going to get an easy one. Eastwood dribbles around a defender. 4-foot runner's no good, but he fouled. As Eastwood is going to work here in the second period. He's got 11 points now. 8 of them coming in the second half.
Henderson picks up his 3rd foul.
2 free throws coming for Tyson Eastwood. And he makes the first. Checking in will be Jake Biddy, replacing Rocky Mountain. And the Mustangs now back to a 2-point lead. 1 more free throw coming. He made them both. Three-point lead for the Mustangs. Canute with the basketball. Every possession so critical.
Yeah, this quarter, Don, is an 8-2 lead for Fort Cobb so far.
They played well here in crunch time. There's a 3-pointer, hard off the backboard, but Smith there for the rebound, but they say he pushed off. Or no, what's he going to call? Yeah, he's going to call Keenan Smith, and that'll be the 4th foul on Smith, as they say he pushed Tyson Eastwood. And that's certainly a big call, Kim.
Yeah, it is. We just talked a little bit ago about how neither one had picked up their 4th foul, and that's the kind you don't want to get. He just shoved from the rebound.
3:35 to play.
But he's staying in the ball game with 3.5 left.
Just about have to. Tyson Eastwood going against him with those 4 fouls. Between the legs dribble. Smith right on him. Over to Denton. Picks up his dribble. There's Woods at the elbow. And he called a travel.
I think he did.
Turnover to the Trojans.
Took a little step up. His momentum made him take a step after he caught it.
Yeah, he kind of caught it in an awkward position there, kind of. And now Canute back with the basketball. Back and forth we go. Man-to-man defense by the Mustangs again. There's a steal again by Taylor. All the way down, the layup is blocked over the backboard and controlled by the Trojans. Pass up ahead in the front court. Kellen Henderson, shot good. Kellen Henderson off the block shot by Canute.
That's about as much contact as you see on a foul down there with no call.
Yeah. 48-47, Mustangs on top by 1. under heavy pressure. Not really in any hurry to do anything. Denton along the baseline. Lobs it right side. Pass intercepted, but Taylor gets it back. Quick pass to Denton. Baseline three on the way short. Ball tapped out to Kellen Henderson. Racing down the floor against Eastwood. His shot is good. Tough bucket there by Henderson, and
it was a good bucket, but it was kind of lucky. He was just trying to draw the foul and threw it up there, and it came down in the basket.
Puts Canute on top 49-48 with 2 minutes to play. Looks like the Mustangs kind of control things, and then all of a sudden they've gone on a little run here. There's a 15-footer, and he was bumped on the
big foul. There went fifth foul on Keenan Smith.
That's a big foul call there on Keenan Smith. As I'll tell you what, it's hard to not foul Tyson Eastwood when he shoots that jump shot. He gets the ball so high over his head, and it's easy to bump him on the forearm.
Yeah, but you can't contest it that close when you've got 4 fouls.
That's true. And he really hadn't backed off on any of the plays so far.
No.
And he's going to be replaced by Bill Shelton, who has got 5 points. Checking in for the Mustangs will be Rocky Mountain and Jackson Willits, replacing Biddy and Taylor. And Eastwood with the line, shooting 2 shots. And he makes the first. We're tied at 49. Tyson will have one more.
Short.
No good. We're tied at 49, 1:52 to play. Henderson into the front court with that left hand. 14-footer. No good. Got his own rebound. Maddox dribbles in the paint. They're going to call a travel. We're going to get a timeout first. It'll be a full timeout taken by the Trojans.
And I predict they're going to try to hold the ball for 1 minute and 42 seconds.
I wouldn't be surprised. Let's just keep it right here. Now, what do we have a discussion here about a timeout call? And we don't exactly know what the...
I think they gave the timeout to Fort Cobb.
Well, they did. Fort Cobb didn't have the ball.
No, they didn't. I don't know why he's pointing.
Yeah, it looked like he might have traveled about the same time I think one ref was going to call a travel, but the other one had a timeout first, I think. So I don't know. We'll see what.
The official just blew his whistle and went to the score table and pointed toward Fort Cobb. I don't understand.
Maybe he's going to call a travel before the timeout, do you suppose? I don't know. We'll see. So you think Canute might try to hold the ball for the last shot here, Kim?
I think there's probably a pretty good chance of it.
I tell you, the way they operate against this 1-3-1, I'm not sure that'd be a wise thing.
No, they're going to have a hard time holding it.
That's a long time.
For that long if Fort Cobb comes out in that zone.
All right, and I'll tell you what, Ian Taylor's had about 5 steals today. I'm not sure he's going to be in the game, but it'll be the Mustangs starting 5 in. There's 1:42 to play in the contest. And it's going to be out of bounds. Canute taking the ball in. And the Mustangs going to go to the trap. They lob it out front. Rocky Mountain with those long arms. Hard to pass it around. We'll see if the Mustangs defense can hold up here for 1 minute and 24 seconds. As it looks like Canute's going to try to go down to the wire, win it on the last second shot. It's making me nervous watching it.
Yeah.
Rocky got a fingertip on that one. There's poked in the backcourt. They track it down with 1 minute to play. Kellen Henderson bounce pass down low. Willits got his hand on it and one. Basket's good as Jackson Willits got his hand on the ball. And it went in the hoop, and they called the foul. And that'll give Canute a 2-point lead with a chance to make it 3. And at the line will be Kyron Winery. This will be his first free throw of the night. And it's no good. Mustangs with the rebound. Eastwood has it. into the front court, trailing by 2, 53 seconds to play. 50 seconds, going one-on-one into the paint, and we're going to have a bump and a foul, and that's going to be a 7th team foul on Canute. So the Mustangs will be in the bonus with Tyson Eastwood at the line shooting 1-1.
Swinnery's 4th foul.
Needs to make them both to tie here with 47 seconds to play.
You know, if it comes down to Canute needing to foul, they're going to have to do it a lot. They only have 2, or I mean, Fort Cobb only has 2 team fouls.
Right.
So.
Free throw good by Eastwood. It's a 1-point game, and he'll have one more. Big free throw right here. Chance to tie. We're tied. 51 all. Tyson Eastwood. 5 free throws in a row for tie. 42 seconds to play, and we're going to have a stopper timeout by Canute. We'll keep it right here with 41.1 seconds to play. We're all tied at 51, and it's going to be a full timeout. Kim, what do you anticipate now?
Well, it's kind of like there was a minute 40 something while ago, and they were trying to hold it unless they got a wide open shot, which they kind of did. Now there's 41 seconds left. I certainly think they're going to try to hold for the last shot.
Yeah.
But Fort Cobb plays such pressure defense, that's not a simple thing to do.
Well, you know, one thing about Fort Cobb at the moment, as you mentioned, those 2 fouls, they can be really aggressive.
Right.
You know, a foul's not going to hurt them.
They don't have anybody in foul trouble other than Eastwood, and he just has 3, so nobody with 4 fouls.
So the other 4 guys could really play hard defense.
Yeah, Willits has 2 fouls, Mountain has 1, Denton hadn't fouled, and Woods hasn't fouled, so they've got a lot of fouls to give.
I tell you what, it might not be a bad idea. You put old Taylor in there in place of Eastwood on the defensive end where he could really pressure on the wing, whereas Tyson really can't afford to do that. And if you do get the steal, you can call a timeout, but Tyson back in.
That's certainly a good possibility.
But I'm not going to try to outguess Scott Hines.
Well, his record's better than yours, but that's just
his record's better than everybody's.
Right? Yeah, you're right.
Well, you know, Fort Cobb has won a lot of close ball games over the years, and it doesn't really look like things are in their favor at the moment, but they've won a lot of ball games.
They'll be inbounding over here on the side. So.
You just got to be careful and not let somebody get open right under the basket for an easy one. All right, here we go.
They're in the man-to-man defense.
Yep.
No, they're not either.
They
went back to the zone. They just man-to-man on the inbounds.
And they're trying to pressure them out, and they're double teamed. They kick it down to Kellen Henderson. Look like they might try to go for it, but they pull it back out.
Yeah, they're
Maddox
looking for the last
double teamed. Kellen Henderson in the paint. Boy, they had a close look at it there. I'm kind of glad they're passing it out, to tell you the truth. Maddox holding way out front, looking a little shaky. 10 seconds to play. Now they'll start to go. Kellen Henderson at the free throw line. 14-footer, no good. Eastwood with a rebound into the front court. Long shot at the buzzer, no good. Overtime. We're tied at 51. We'll take a 60-second timeout. We'll come back right after this.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Welcome back to Burns Flat, folks. Overtime.
Yep. You know,
regional finals, Kim.
For 4 quarters, Fort Cobb shot 44.1% from the field. Canute shot 44.9%. But Canute's put up 15 more shots than Fort Cobb has.
What about the three-point shooting? What's that?
Fort Cobb 6 out of 17. Canute 7 out of 23.
Canute shot a bunch of them.
Yep.
You think the overtime plays in Fort Cobb's favor or vice versa, Kim?
Well, they were, with 41 seconds left, they were tied and Canute had the ball, so now they're still tied and it's even possession, so that's a little good news. I like Fort Cobb's chances here.
All right, here we go.
Because Smith is gone for Canute.
Yeah, true. Eastwood jumping against Kellen Henderson. And the ball is controlled. It goes out of bounds. And it'll be Fort Cobb's ball to start the period. That's kind of a break.
Yeah.
You always want to get a score first in overtime if you can. And
so who gets?
I think he said possession error would be
with Canute.
Canute next time. Okay. Yeah. All right, the Mustangs start off kind of in a little different format on offense here. A little different set. Bounce past Eastwood. I'm sure they'd like to get Ty isolated to try to pick up a foul or something. He's made 5 free throws in a row, so it's always a pretty good thing when he can take it to the hoop. There he is cutting to the basket, and there's going to be a block call. Once again, I was holding my breath. Eastwood will go to the line to shoot 2, as the foul is going to be charged to Kellen Henderson.
His 4th.
And that's a big call, obviously. As Eastwood still has those 3 fouls, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Eastwood shooting 2. They call the foul on,
they got the possession error pointed toward Fort Cobb right now.
Okay, I think there's a little discussion perhaps on the next possession arrow. They put number 12 up on the scoreboard as the player who fouled, but I'm pretty sure it was number 30.
Yeah, there's not a 12 in the game for them.
And yes, it'd have to be
there.
Kellen Henderson's 4th personal.
Goes on the board, 30.
Eastwood's had quite a long time to stand here at the free throw line. Hopefully that won't affect him. That's good. That's 6 free throws in a row for Tyson. And it puts Fort Cobb back on top by 1. And he'll have 1 more. Made them both. 3.5 to play in overtime. Mustangs go back to that 1-3-1 trap. It's been pretty good for them. And now we'll see what Canute tries to do here. They see if they
really miss Smith on the offensive end.
Yeah, they really do. There's a 3-pointer on the way, off the back iron. Battle for the rebound, tapped around, good work that time by Henderson. He kept it alive, and the Canute got the rebound. Winery is going to be fouled by Rocky Mountain. And that's going to be the 3rd foul on the Mustangs. Not really a big problem there. That's a 2nd on Rocky. And so Canute will inbound. They get it into Henderson. Now out to Maddox, holding right side. 3-pointer on the way, no good. Ball was knocked away, but Eastwood couldn't handle it. He got kind of off balance. And they'll get another shot at it. Shot no good under the basket. Battle for the rebound. The Mustangs finally come away with it. 2:33 to play. Willits will pick up his dribble out front or hold out front. Rocky Mountain back to Willits. I'm sure the Mustangs would like to burn a little clock here and try to get Eastwood isolated. Into the paint, over to Willits, in the corner, Denton, baseline 3 on the way. Good! Tyler Denton with a long-range 3. And just like that, the Mustangs are on top, 56-51. And Canute takes a timeout, or Fort Cobb takes a timeout. We'll keep it right here. It's a full timeout with 2:15 to play in the overtime. Huge shot there, Kim.
It was, and what makes it big is Canute had a 2-footer he made and put it up a little too long off the back of the rim, which is it's a pressure shot, but it was a pretty simple shot there, and then they go down and Fort Cobb gets an open 3 for Denton, and he buries it.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, and it comes down to situations like this when you've won so many ball games in the past. You just believe you're going to do it again, no matter what it takes.
Yeah, and Canute had 3 shots at it. Yep. They had 2 offensive rebounds, and missed all 3 of the shots. So Fort Cobb kind of got away with it a little bit, but they capitalized on it on the other end.
There's a long way to go in this ball game, but I tell you what, a 5-point lead in overtime sure looks pretty good if you can keep getting stops. But they need to do a better job on the defensive glass. They've let Canute get 2 or 3 offensive rebounds here lately, and that could really hurt you right here.
It is. They're playing good defense, and Canute's not getting easy shots. They had that one there, the last one that they missed, but the others have been long rebounds or bounced off their hands or something. So, I mean, the defense have been good and solid. So if they just get those rebounds.
You're right about losing Keenan Smith really hurt them, as he could create a shot. Really about the only one I see Canute able to do that's Kellen Henderson, and he's got 4 fouls, so he's kind of got to be careful about picking up an offensive foul. So the Mustangs can guard the 3-point arc. It'll help. Canute on the attack.
Yeah, it's not a big team for Canute.
That young man over there, Colt Randall's a good shooter. They got to get on him. Way out front, the Mustangs are guarding that 3-point line for sure. And nobody's really inside of it.
There's nobody in the lane now.
There's a 3-pointer, short. Eastwood with a rebound. Under heavy pressure. Keeps his hoop cool and dribbles into the front court. 1:45 to play.
They'll be content to run the clock here.
Coach Hines says spread the floor. And Eastwood dribbling out front. Trying to get a screen from Woods. Goes by his man to the free throw line and back out. Double team to kick it off to Woods. Just got to be patient here.
Yeah, don't go in the
get
corner.
Trapped. And don't take. And we're going to have a foul charge on Kellen Henderson, and that'll be his 5th personal. I don't quite understand that call either, as I don't think he was really intended for that.
I didn't. Wasn't much contact
No,
there. He
not
just
at
kind of
all.
waved at him as he went by.
I didn't see that much. And that's the 5th foul on Kellen Henderson.
But thank you very much.
So the 2 best players for Canute have both fouled out. And at the line will be Jackson Willits with 1:22
That's their
play.
2 biggest offensive threats are gone now.
And Willits' free throw is good. And that makes it a 6-point contest.
6 points for Jackson on the game.
And he'll have 1 more free throw. And the Mustangs have shot him awfully well here. Crunch time. That's about 10 in a row with 1:22 to play. Maddox, little 8-foot runner, won't go. Eastwood with a rebound. And he's going to be fouled in the backcourt by Maddox.
Maddox is 4th personal.
And now it'll be 2 shots the rest of the way, as the Mustangs will be in the double bonus.
You know, one odd thing about the game is Canute's put up 19 more shots than Fort Cobb has, but Canute shot 1 free throw. They're 0 for 1. Fort Cobb's 19 out of 24.
Wow. And they've made a bunch in a row. Mustangs have. Eastwood's made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in a row.
Yeah, he's 11 out of 12 for the game.
And he made them both. That's impressive. I'm telling you what, making free throws in overtime, at the end of regulation in overtime. Coach Hines is clapping his hands. He knows these guys have really come through in the clutch tonight. Got a 9-point lead now with 1:12 to play. They've made all the free throws that they needed to make, and looking pretty good now, Kim. What do you think?
They are. I've seen bigger leads than this go away with less time on the clock, but I like their chances now because Canute's running shorthanded.
Yes.
Their 2 top scorers are out, and they're kind of running on fumes right now, but they're still playing hard, and they've still got a minute to do something here.
Well, what they've resorted to is fouling if Fort Cobb has the ball, and that hasn't worked very well for them. So if the Mustangs could just continue to play good defense and rebound, they should be in pretty good shape here.
Yeah, and also the possession error still points toward Fort Cobb.
What was the score at the end of the regulation? I forgot.
51-51.
Okay, so
Canute
hasn't scored here in overtime yet. All right, teams take the floor. There's a minute and 12 seconds to play.
Canute's, like they say, they got the daubers down a little bit now.
Yeah. you know, this game has been, it's quite a turnaround from what we saw the first 4 quarters, that's for sure.
Yes.
Maddox drives around Rocky Mountain, shot off the glass and good with a minute to play. Now pressure in the backcourt, and immediately they foul Drew Woods.
Colt Randall picks up his third.
Woods is a good free throw shooter, but these are pretty big ones here. You got to.
Yeah, he hasn't shot one tonight.
You've got the good thing is he gets to shoot 2 of them. It's still a 7-point ball game. It's not over yet, that's for sure. And Woods' free throw, beautiful. He drains it.
Turn around to shake somebody's hand, and there's nobody there.
Canute didn't want to, you probably
no.
did. And Woods' second free throw. He made them both. I tell you, I just can't say enough about the Mustangs foul shooting here. Canute into the paint. Maddox has the ball tipped away by Eastwood, saved over to Willits, but they say his toe was on the sideline. But nevertheless, it killed a little time. And Canute will inbound on the sideline with 52.4 seconds to play. Canute kind of needs to get in a hurry, and Eastwood intercepts the pass, and he's going to be fouled immediately by Bill Shelton. And we'll walk to the other end, and Tyson Eastwood. How many has he got tonight so far, Kim?
20.
20? Oh, he didn't. I think he had 3 at the half.
Yeah, I think so, but it was
out
a short
the
half
second
for
quarter.
him.
Just played 3 quarters, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he'll have 2 free throws coming, and he makes another. That's incredible. It's hard to hit that many in a row when you're just practicing, you know what?
Yes, it is.
He made them both. Tyson Eastwood puts the Mustangs on top 64-53 now, biggest lead of the game. As the hometown Mustangs start their rhythmic clap. Ball loose, picked up by Canute with 34 seconds. 3-pointer on the way by Shelton won't go. Eastwood with the rebound, and he's going to be hugged and fouled. And we'll walk to the other end.
Now that's not an intentional foul.
Well, I think it's, I believe I'd give it up.
Yeah, it's amazing how you interpret those things. It's like, you know you got a foul, and you go up and just grab him, and it's just a foul.
He made another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in a row for Tyson Eastwood. 12 in a row. And that's the margin of victory, or the margin of lead right now, and he made the next one. And Canute brings it into the front court with 27 seconds to play. Drive by Winery, basket's good and a foul as Denton looked like was trying to get out of the way.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And at the line will be Kyron Winery. First foul on Denton. And Winery completes the 3-point play. 10-point lead.
Yeah,
I think they're going to let it go. That's probably a wise choice. As the Mustangs are going to advance to the winners bracket of the area tournament next week. 1 win away from the state tournament. 6 seconds to go. And that's going to be your final score. The Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs have come from behind in the last quarter to defeat the Canute Trojans 66-56 in overtime. Congratulations to Coach Scott Hines and his Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs as they advance as they're
another
about
trophy
to get
for
the
the shelf
presentation. As they will present the winner's plaque to Tyson Eastwood and the Fort Cobb Broxton Mustangs.
Good to see Canute applauding the trophy presentation.
Yes, absolutely.
Hang around for that. So good job, guys.
Yep, good sportsmanship by Canute. All right, let's turn it over to Kim Crowell for our post-game wrap-up. Kim?
You doing okay, Don?
I'm fantastic.
All right, there we go. Fort Cobb Broxton scoring. Jackson Willits, 7 points. He was 2 out of 6 shooting, 2 out of 4 two-pointers, 0 for 2 three-pointers, 3 out of 3 from the free throw line. Simeon Collins had 3 points on 1 out of 1 three-point attempts. Drew Woods with 2 points. He was 0 for 2 from the field, but 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. Tyson Eastwood with 24 points, 4 out of 8 from the field, all 2-point attempts. He did not attempt a three-pointer, and he was 16 out of 17 from the free throw line. Kyler Denton with 16 points. Kyler was 5 out of 9 shooting, 1 out of 2 on twos, 4 out of 7 on threes, and 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. Rocky Mountain with 10 points, 3 out of 5 shooting, 1 out of 1 on twos, 2 out of 4 on threes, and 2 out of 5 on free throws. Ian Taylor with 4 points. He was 1 out of 3 shooting, 1 out of 1 two-pointers, 0 for 2 three-pointers, 2 out of 3 on free throws. Fort Cobb shot 46% for the game, 16 out of 35. Two-pointers, they were 9 out of 17, 53%. Three-pointers, 7 out of 18 for 39%. Free throws, 27 out of 32 for 84%. They had just 7 team fouls for the game. For Canute, Keenan Smith had 12 points on 6 out of 14 shooting, 6 out of 10 on two-pointers, 0 for 4 on three-pointers. Colt Randall had 9 points. He was 3 out of 12 shooting, 0 for 2 on twos, 3 of 10 on three-pointers. Kobe Maddox had 5 points, 2 out of 5 shooting, 1 out of 2 two-pointers, 1 out of 3 three-pointers. Bill Shelton with 5 points, 2 out of 4 shooting, 1 out of 2 on twos, 1 out of 2 on threes. Kyron Winery with 10 points, 4 out of 8 shooting, 3 out of 6 on twos, 1 out of 2 on threes, 1 out of 2 free throws. And Kellen Henderson with 15 points. He was 7 out of 12 for the game, 6 out of 8 on two-pointers, 1 out of 4 on threes. Canute shot 41% for the game, 24 out of 58. Two-pointers, they were 17 out of 30 for 57%. Three-pointers, 7 out of 28 for 25%. And free throws, 1 out of 2. They had 23 personal fouls. So Don, Fort Cobb puts up 35 shots. Canute puts up 58 shots. Fort Cobb puts up 32 free throws, and Canute puts up 2. Wow. So lots of fouls. The fouls really hurt Canute because they took out their 2 leading scorers and probably top 2 players with Smith and Henderson game, and it really hurt him down the stretch.
Yes, it did.
But Fort Cobb took advantage of it. Eastwood was in foul trouble early, set out the whole second quarter. Didn't pick up a foul after halftime, but ran a good ball game and played a good offensive game. So congratulations to Fort Cobb Broxton. They pick up a regional championship, and they get the victory 66-56. They will play at Cash Friday night at 8 p.m.
All right, Kim, great report. That's great analysis, and I believe our resident historian, Toad Bellamy, just told me that that's 9 regional championships in a row for the Mustangs. So that's pretty
that's
impressive.
about as good as you can get. That's an amazing record because regional championships aren't easy to win.
Nope.
And as you can see tonight, took overtime to get this one, but they pull it out, and congratulations to them.
Absolutely. They just played really great down the stretch. That's the first 3.5 quarters kind of sketchy, but in crunch time, the Mustangs really stepped up and played well.
And you got to get lucky a little bit because Canute had a shot to win it in regulation.
Yep.
They had the ball with 41 seconds left and held it for the last shot, and didn't, got a decent shot at it, but it was well defended.
Right.
And didn't go. So
sometimes you got to have a little luck on your side.
It is, and they had some, but they played hard and played well tonight.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. I'd like to thank my partner Kim Crowell for a great job as always, and our engineer Enrique Aluena, who always keeps us on the air and commercials flowing, and he does a great job setting up the equipment. We appreciate him, all he does. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast, folks, and hope we'll be able to be on the air Friday night from Cash. I'm not sure what the scenario will be. We'll have to talk to Mr. Biddy, I guess. He's our boss, to see what will transpire on Friday night. But nevertheless, the Mustangs will be playing in the area final with a chance to go to state Friday night with one more victory. So for Kim Kroll and Enrique Aluena, I'm Don Tyson saying good night, everybody.